We believe the very existence of the universe reveals God. The very fact that this exists is proof that there's a God. We believe the intelligent design of biology reveals God. We believe that the objective moral values that we all share reveal God. We believe that the authenticity of Scripture, which we will be definitely talking about next week, reveals God. We believe that the life, the death, and the resurrection of Jesus Christ reveals God. We believe that the witness of the moving in people even today reveals God. So the answer is our God doesn't just set and forget creation. He's intimately involved. He does make himself known. He reveals himself. He's been speaking to mankind since the beginning. This is the argument that Paul makes in the book of Romans. He says that the reason that people suppress his revelation, the reason that people suppress the truth of God it's not because of rationality. Rationality has nothing to do about it. It's because of sin. Paul says we have no excuse for not knowing God. Let's read verse 21. It says, yes, they knew God, but they wouldn't worship him as God or even give him thanks. And they began to think up foolish ideas of what God was like, and as a result, their minds became dark and confused. And claiming to be wise, they instead became utter fools. And instead of worshiping the glorious, ever-living God, they worshiped idols made to look like mere people and birds and animals and reptiles. If you don't worship the God who has revealed himself, and he has revealed himself, then you end up worshiping a false God that you have created. What atheists don't understand is that they do have a God. It is themselves. Modern atheists worship humanity. They worship themselves, their own intellect, their own reasoning. Our atheistic culture obviously wants to be their own gods, making decisions for themselves, judging themselves subjectively. And it feels modern. It feels modern to say, well, I'm going to be my own God. I'm going to make my own choices. I'm not going to let a book tell me what to do. And it feels like a modern thing to do, but the truth is it's a mistake that is as old as time. 2,000 years ago, Paul's writing about it here. He says, instead of worshiping the glorious ever-living God, they worshiped idols. They worshiped things that their own minds and hands have created. This is why it's so important to believe God, to realize that God is real and that he has really revealed himself. And so my claim to you this morning, or what I'm asking you to do this morning is please turn around. Come back to God. God made Christ, who never sinned, to be the offering for our sin so that we can be made right with God through Christ. I'm actually quoting a verse in 1 Corinthians right now, and what Paul goes on to say is, as God's partner, I'm begging you to not ignore the revelation that God is putting before you. He's revealing himself. He's revealing his kindness to you. Don't ignore it. The right time to trust God is now. If you're waiting for more information, the truth is I can give you more information. I can give you more information. You need to ask yourself, look in your heart and say, why am I waiting? Why am I waiting to trust God? Is it really a lack of information? I think most often you'll find it's not a lack of information. The right time to trust God is now. Today is the day of salvation.